Welcome down to Live at the Shack, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Chris Mathews, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here this evening at a secret, undisclosed location, somewhere in Mackay, surrounded by beautiful music-loving people, and we're here to have a bit of fun. So I'm just going to play a few of my own tunes here this evening. That one was an instrumental that is a work in progress. It's a song that's never been finished. It's always in a state of flux. But now I'll play you one. I can get my guitar to stay there. That'll be nice. With words. And this little song here is inspired by a rather unfortunate circumstance. And this song goes out to the Everett family from Catherine. And a lot of people may have heard of a bit of a movement happening these days called Do It for Dolly, the Do It for Dolly Foundation. And young Dolly Everett was a young lass, very young, when she sadly took her own life due to online bullying, which is such a nasty, nasty thing to happen. And this song goes out to any of the people who like to bag people out online, because it is the lowest form of bullying. You're anonymous. You can be whoever you want. You can say who you want. You can say what you want to say without any fear of repercussion. And I'd like to see the people who would like to bag people out online stand up in real life on a stage in front of people with the person they're bagging out. If you've got something important to say, you should have the guts to stand up in front of a crowd and say it. Pretty much. So this song is called Brave on Paper for those very specific type of people. Had it so good for so long, forgot how bad that it could be. But now we know that there's still things wrong, but we gotta disagree. Cause out of many things that I've heard, so much I wish that I didn't know. If I'm gonna take you at your word, where you going, I ain't gonna go. And if it makes you proud, then why don't you stand up and say it to the crowds? Cause all you really seem to be is brave on paper. But that ain't brave to me, with my front and a corner shop, believing that much in yourself. But you drop it if it gets too hot, you pass it off to someone else. Now it seems that you don't even flinch, even when you've been proven wrong. You're cutting deep just to scratch that itch. You sell it all for the price of its soul. But if it makes you proud, then why don't you stand up and say it to the crowd? Cause all you really seem to be is brave on paper. But that ain't brave to me. Saying that I'm gonna be right, I gave my fair share of paper cuts. But can you tell me how you sleep at night if you don't got the guts to stand up for what you believe? You gotta learn to sing it up. Then the story that you're trying to weave, it might just fill your empty cup. And if it makes you proud, then why don't you stand up and say it to the crowd? Cause all you really seem to be is brave on paper. But that ain't brave to me. No, you're just brave on paper. But that ain't brave to me. You're just brave on paper. But that ain't brave to me. not be brave on paper, ladies and gentlemen. Be brave in real life. There is a difference. There's a huge difference. All right, let's go from that little tune there. As I said, inspired by something fairly nasty happening. This one here is a roograss tune, what I like to call roograss music. Roograss music is basically the Australian equivalent of bluegrass. The term was coined by my good mate Bobby Corbett. And this is a song for anyone out there who leaves rubbish behind while camping. I think you're all idiots. So that's why this song has a very appropriate title called Rubbish That Gets Left Behind by Idiots. Roograss, 1, 2. Cause it's that rubbish that gets left behind by idiots. Plastic bottles, burger wrappers blowing rounds. Old chairs and broken mattresses, they must know just how crap this is. Overrated in factories, they're really not that bright. The overkill on landfill is insidious, with all that rubbish that gets left behind by idiots. Well, I used to really love it driving rounds. I couldn't wait to get out, back and out of town. Now my favourite camping spot, well, it's just become a parking lot and a monument to Macca's, Pizza Hut and KFC. The rain has helped those chemicals wash down from that fracking operation underground. But it seems there's no solution to all this useless pollution. If your fridge is broke, you dump it, you don't give a CFC. It's all that rubbish that gets left behind by idiots. Plastic bottles, burger wrappers blowing rounds. Old chairs and broken mattresses, they must know just how crap this is. Overrated in factories, they're really not that bright. The overkill on landfill is insidious, with all that rubbish that gets left behind by idiots. Yeah, left behind by buddy. Cause there's a lot of politicians on the take. They're giving foreign mining companies a break. But it's a no-win situation, cause there's no rehabilitation. There's just a lot of bloody big holes around the place. Yes, and they're full of rubbish left behind by idiots. Plastic bottles, burger wrappers blowing rounds. Old chairs and broken mattresses, they must know just how crap this is. Overrated in factories, they're really not that bright. The overkill on landfill is insidious, with all that rubbish that gets left behind by idiots. Yes, the degree of their stupidity is hideous. It's all that rubbish that gets left behind by idiots. Left behind by idiots. Take your rubbish with you, folks. It ain't rocket science now, is it? All right, thank you very much indeed. I got time for one more for here live at the Shack here today. Thanks very much for tuning in and having a listen. I'm currently on a big national tour of Australia, which will take about 11 months for me to get home to my home in Kununurra, way up in the northwest of WA. So if you're around somewhere in Australia, just check out my website, chrismatthewsmusic.com, or my Facebook page, or my Instagram page, or any of those usual online haunts where you can find people like me. But this here is a song all about distance. This is the title track of my next album, which I'll be recording very, very shortly. That's my fifth full-length album. And this song is called Little Bit Long Way. This is about anyone who has to drive a long way, which in Australia, as we all know, is pretty much everywhere. Out here there's a distance that few will ever know. Out here there's a stillness that's only found upon the roads. I drove for 14 hours just to see you on a Saturday night. Stared at that horizon, but all I see is your eyes. In the morning we will be, and I know just what she'll say when it's time for leaving, it's just a little bit long way. In a big, big country, small, it's just a little bit long way, but that road keeps on winding. Each road can lead you home. It's just a matter of timing and how far you wish to roam. And that rainbow serpent moves like those big road trains. No matter where you're going, it's just a little bit long way. In a big, big country, small, it's just a little bit long way. From Bunbury to Byron, Cooktown to Freycinet, it's everywhere to Alice. It's just a little bit long way. In a big, big country, small, it's just a little bit a long way. In a big, big country, small, it's just a little bit long way. That's where I'll be finding you guys, somewhere around Australia, the little bit long way around. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been Chris Mathews. Thank you to Live from the Shack. And come and say good day if you find me at a show somewhere around Australia. Keep an eye out for my next album, which will be out soon. Check out my website for dates, social media for all the info about what's going on. Thank you very much, you mob. Cheers.